Okay, students, we see now the second part of the set theory. In the first part, we have seen what do you mean by sets, the methods of writing sets, then the types of sets. Now, let us see what do you mean by equal sets. Now, it's a very simple concepts. Equal means you know that one. When two sets are equal, when do you say two sets are equal? When set A and B are said to be equal if every element of set A is in set B. If every element of set A is in set B and every element of B is in set A. So every element of set A is in set B and vice versa, every element of set B is in set A, then we say that two sets A and B are equal. We write A is equal to B. Now, for example, suppose A is the set 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and suppose B is the set X belongs to N such that 1 less than or equal to X less than or equal to 5. Then you can observe that this is the list method of writing the set and this is the rule method of writing the set. You can observe that in this set 1 there are only 5 elements 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These are natural numbers from 1 to 5 and these are list method 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So these two sets are said to be equal sets. Now in short, when do you say two sets are equal? If they have exactly same elements and exactly same number of elements. There are 5 elements, there are 5 elements here. The 5 elements in these sets are exactly the 5 elements in this set. So if elements are same and same in numbers, then we write A is equal to B. Where elements are written in different order, that is possible. Here we write 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can write 5, 2, 3, 1, etc. Now I think you understand what do you mean by equal sets. Now in your book there is a practice set 1.2 based on this equal sets. Try to solve that. Now secondly, what we want to see is representation of set using a third method, that is called Venn diagram. Now you know that there are two methods of writing set. First one is list method, second one is rule method. Now there is one more method, you can say that diagrammatic representation of a set. In this one, set is denoted by a closed figure like triangle or rectangle or a circle or elliptical shape, anything, and the elements are written inside that box. Suppose we draw a set A and in that one 1, 3, 5, 7, 8. Suppose these are the elements. So actually the set A is 1, 3, 5, 7 and 8. I have written this set. Instead of writing the elements like this, I have written elements in a closed figure, that is called a rectangle. In that one I have written those elements which are inside the set. Why this is called Venn diagram? Because the first it was represented by British logician John Venn. The name of the British scientist is logician is John Venn. So according to his name, the diagram is named as Venn diagram. This is one more method of writing or representing a set. Also suppose there is a set X belongs to N, or suppose I, such that -2 less than or equal to X less than or equal to 2. Now if this is the set, then you can write down, suppose this is your set B, in which the elements are -2, -1, 0, 1 and 2. So -2, -1, 0, 1 and 2. So these are the 5 elements in this set. So this is what we call representation of set using Venn diagram. Now we'll see the next concept, that is the subset. Very important concept, that is called subset. A and B are suppose two sets. Suppose A and B are two sets. Then if every element of set A is element of set B, then we say set A is subset of set B. Now we write it as A subset B. This is sign of writing subset. How will you read this one? A is subset of B. What is the condition? Every element of set A should be element of set B. For example, suppose A is 1, 2, 5, 7 and B is 1, 2, 8. Then clearly you can say that element 1, 2, 5 and 7 are in A as well as they are elements of set B. So here you can say that A is subset of B. Subset means few elements of B are in A or all elements of B are in A. In any case we say A is subset of B. You write down this subset relation like that, A subset B. Now the same thing can be shown using Venn diagram. Here the set B is a bigger set, so let us draw by a big one, that is rectangle. This is your set B, and inside that one the set A you have to draw. Elements in A are 1, 2, 5, 7. So 1, 2, 5, 7, and the remaining elements from set B you can draw outside set B. This is your set A. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sorry, not 5. 6, 7, and 8. So actually, this is your set A. These elements are as well as in set A as well as in set B. So this how you will say that this set A is subset of set B, means this A lies completely inside the diagram of set B or set B. So this how you can represent the subset relation using Venn diagram. Now let us see the next one. There are some properties of subset, or there are some remarks that you have to remember. Every set is subset of itself. That means A subset of itself. Every set is subset of itself. That is very simple thing. Secondly, empty set is subset of every set. Phi is subset of every set A, you can say. And thirdly, very important thing that we have already seen, when A is equal to B, lastly what we have seen is when two sets are equal, obviously A is subset of B and B is subset of A. So in other words, you can say if A is subset of B and B is subset of A, then we can say A is equal to B. See, sometimes elements of A and B are not exactly known. At that time, if you want to show A and B are equal sets, this is very nice thing that you can prove, that when A is subset of B as well as B is subset of A, you can say that A and B are two equal sets. Now on the basis of this one, on your page number 8 and page number 9, there are two solved examples given to you, or may not be solved. You just see those two examples which are given in your book on page number 8 and page number 9. Next concept that you want to see, that is universal set. Now the word universal means they want to show or denote a bigger thing. So if suppose you have to say three sets, 1, 2, 5, 7, B, 3, 4, 6, 8, C, suppose 2, 3, 5, 9. Suppose these are sets in your mind. Then a bigger set such that these three sets under consideration are subsets of that bigger set, then that bigger set is called a universal set. Now suppose you consider a set U 1 to 10. Now you can easily observe that all these three are A is subset of U, B is subset of U, C is subset of U. So this U set U you can call as the universal set for these three sets. Not necessarily only U, you can have one more U dash, or suppose U1 1 to 15. Only thing that the sets, three sets under consideration should be subsets of these this bigger set. So a universal set is depending on the sets under consideration. So simply you can define what do you mean by universal set. A bigger set which all accommodate all the given sets under consideration is called a universal. That is, the set under consideration are subsets of a bigger set. That is what we call universal set, and that is generally denoted by capital U. Now one more example you can take. Suppose you take set A as students in division A of 9th standard, set B as students in division B of 9th standard, C as students in division C of 9th standard. Then the set of all students in 9th standard having all divisions together can be universal set for these three sets. Or also a more bigger set, students in our school can be considered as the universal set for the sets of students in division A, division B and division C. So only the condition is that that set should be a bigger one, such that the sets in your mind should be subsets of that set. Now it is denoted by capital U. The next concept that we want to see is complement of a set. Now simply, if A is subset of a universal set U, the condition is that you cannot write complement without having a universal set. So you have a set which is subset of a universal set, then all elements which are in U but not in set A is called complement of set A, and it is denoted by A dash or A complement. So which elements you have to take? Elements in set U which are not in A, excluding elements of A. In short, it can be written as all elements in U such that that should not be an element of set A. So this is how we can in short write down complement of set. For example, suppose A is equal to 1, 2, 5, 6 and U is equal to 1, 2, 7. Now clearly A is subset of U, that should be your first condition. Then how do you write A dash, that is A complement? Those elements 1, 2, 5 and 7 you don't have to write. Other elements which are in this set, so 1, 2, 3 you can write here, 4 also you can write here, 5, 6 are here and 7 is not here. So in this case, if A is this one, then A complement is this one. Now one more thing you can observe, this A is subset of U as well as A dash is also subset of this set U. So you can observe one thing, that A and A dash both are subsets of set U. And one more thing you can observe, that there is no common element between A and A dash. So guaranteed that there will not be a common element between A and A dash, that is A and a complement of that set. So now suppose this is set U containing these 1 to 7 elements, and this is set A. Suppose A is this set 1, 2, 5, 6 and then 3, 4 and 7. So this is your set A and this is your set A complement. So using Venn diagram you can show complement of set. This is your universal set U and the set A is inside that one. A complement means elements which are not in this set, only 3, 4 and 7 together you will get universal set U. Now in next one we will see the next part of this one, that is operations on set. Now we will stop here. You just try to solve practice set 1.3. Thank you.